Hello everybody, my name is Carlos Leite da Silva and I am the owner and co-founder of the group URANTIA on Facebook. The reason why I'm doing this video it is because there was a unlawful takeover of the group URANTIA. This happened 8 days ago. Throughout all these days, I prayed a lot, I valued a lot, I went to see every and each detail of the situation. And today, finally, I got what I was asking for all these days. I got the answer from God, from my thought adjuster, that I truly am entitled to rule the group in every aspect. This video will be long because I will take the opportunity to bring to you as well something that I think it's much needed, which is a history of the URANTIA group. I think this group deserves to have a register, an account of the whole of its history, because this is the oldest group on Facebook devoted to studying the URANTIA book. Also, it is the most active group on Facebook on that matter of studying the URANTIA book. Also it is the biggest group. There is another one that is much bigger, way bigger. I don't know how many thousands of people it has, but and it has the same name as our group, and in a not very nice way, that the person that created that other URANTIA group took our name because he was really angry at us by that time. I will not say the name of the person and so on because it's not necessary. Only for registering things, I want you to know that this is really and actually the biggest group studying the URANTIA book on Facebook. The other group was originally dealing with spiritual matters, spiritual ideas, disciplines, and so on, but it was not dedicated to the URANTIA book. So when this person took that group, it changed its name and started devoting it to the study of the URANTIA book, but it was not originally the study of the URANTIA book. My group, URANTIA, instead, it's originally founded to be solely devoted to the study of the URANTIA book. The reason, so there are these two reasons why I'm doing this video. First, the matter of this unlawful takeover by the team of administrators from the URANTIA book. They decided to remove me from the administration and remove me from being an administrator. And they took over the group. And I will show why this is not a correct way of doing things, because I never gave this group away. So this requires for me to tell you the whole story of the group since the very beginning in 2010. Okay, for you to understand my claims. And I tell you, this was not expected. This was not. So sorry. Sometimes my speech may break a little because English, as you can see, is not my first language. I am Portuguese. I live in Brazil. So sometimes I really have some difficulties every day. Any day I write in English, which is much easier because I have the dictionary and so on helping me. But it is really extremely rare that I can have the chance to speak in English. So bear with me because sometimes stuck. I will be stuck in trying to find the words in English. So, how did things started for the URANTIA book? Facebook appeared, and by that time, when Facebook appeared, the URANTIA students, the students of the URANTIA book here in Brazil, mainly they were gathered in Google groups that which support was email, sending me messages through email, and we were exchanging ideas, concepts, and our studies on emails on Google groups. And there was a fair amount of Brazilian people studying the group by then in 2010. The Portuguese version of the URANTIA book had been ready since 2008, so it was already pretty active, that study group on Google groups. By that time, when Facebook appeared, I thought of establishing a study group on Facebook. And when I thought of that, I went to the study group on Google Groups, and I said, guys, we have to do this. We have this amazing tool where we are connected to everybody around the world. So we have this amazing opportunity of gathering the UB community from the whole world. So we should do a group with this purpose of gathering the whole worldwide community of students of the URANTIA book on Facebook through internet. And when I put this proposal to the group, there came Wagner Andrade. Wagner Andrade is a Brazilian guy. And he said to the whole group, and he answered in Google groups, he answered and he said, Carlos, I thought just the same. I just began a study group on Facebook devoted to the URANTIA book. So in that moment, I went to talk to him, and we decided to start to be together on that undertaking. The other people didn't, maybe because Facebook was very recent, not everybody was there exploring this new tool, but I was, and Wagner Andrade was as well. So we both together, we decided to implement it, to thrive, make it thrive. What happened back then? Wagner gave the click to start the group, okay? So, however, Wagner never had the chance of really spend much time around it and in it, because he has a clinic, he's a dentist, he has a clinic and so on, and he really didn't have the time to deal with it. So since the very beginning, I was the one dealing with it. taking it on my shoulders. 95% or more of this initial work was on my back, on my shoulders. And I started bringing people all over the world. Some of them, there were some funny situations because some of them were, how do we say, were mad about me just pulling them inside the group, saying, I didn't ask for this. How can you just grab me and put me inside? And I say, oh, so sorry, but I'm doing this and this and this and this. And all, there were some people, very few people that complained about it. But quickly they understood, no, this is a good thing, because they started seeing their friends coming up and gathering on the group. So things went from then on. And the group was growing and growing. I was grabbing people, and people starting warning others and starting bringing others. The motion set in. And a few months gone by, and I don't recall exactly how much time, and the group was growing so fast that I decided, okay, because as I said, Wagner wasn't around. Sometimes he came around and he could make some comments in the group, but very, very little. He was really constrained regarding time. And so I decided to invite Justin Michael. I decided that I should have some administrators. Also, the original idea was people posting in Portuguese, Spanish, English, at least these three major languages, probably the main Western languages, not probably, really the main Western languages for the world. So the basic idea in the beginning was to have posts on these three languages freely. But interestingly, things got people were talking in English mainly because the biggest community is of URANTIA book students is made of American people. So naturally things drove into the English use. So okay, I speak English, I can write in English, so that was going along quite well. But also that situation, because I'm not a native, of course it brought me some difficulties. I couldn't be as fast as I should, or as it would be better, and so on. So I thought I have to have, the group is growing, so I have to have administrators with me, and I have to have English speaking natives. So the months got by, and I was observing people, the way they expressed themselves, their ideas, the way they felt the study of the book, and so on. And I opted for choosing Justin Michael, my first administrator. Okay, so we went on a few months more, the two of us, and the group was growing fast, as always. And I decided to bring another administrator. I asked Justin for some advice. I was looking to the people in the group, the members of the group, how they acted, the things they expressed, and so on. And I decided to bring Justin Reed, a student that is living, an American student that is living on Japan. I'm not sure if he's still living in Japan. Back then he was in Japan. So okay, three. By then we were three, and the group kept on growing. So it got to to such a dimensions, to such a size that I saw, okay, people, we have to take it to another level, and maybe we can consider maybe having something like 7 administrators and so on. So on that point, and by then Justin Reed decided to give up because he hadn't the time to take care of things. So he just got away, and so all of a sudden there was a team of 7 administrators. Among them, I will tell Justin was still with me, and Esther Wood as well. And there were other administrators, 4 administrators. So time went by, a couple of years went by, and all of a sudden we started having a very difficult situation in the group. There were 2 people that were really ravishing the group. They were really behaving in a very nasty way. They were disturbing the whole group. They were insulting to many members on the discussions, on the threads, and so on. And months went by in this way, and I decided, since the very beginning, I decided, although I owned the group, because in the beginning Wagner decided he would not be a part of it because he hadn't the time to do it. So he just went away. And when I decided to have this bigger group of administrators, 7 of them back then, I decided, guys, let us play by the democratic rules. I own the group, but let us play by the democratic rules. So we are going to vote in each situation and so on. So the majority decides on each, when some situation is really important, the majority will give the final decision on matters. So we had this situation back then with 2 people. I will not say the name of them. Some of you know them. I will not say the name of them because there's no need for this. They were really, really disturbing the whole group. And we were voting and saying, guys, I was telling the administrators, guys, this cannot be. Those 2 people are messing with the group. They are exploding with everything. They are unruly. They are insulting all the time, insulting other members. This cannot go on. What happened is that there were, in this administration team, there were basically 2 groups. I, Justin Michael, and Esther Woods. On the other side, there were 4 people. And these 4 people, they are beautiful people, great people. I have nothing to say against them. Quite on the contrary, I love them. I really love them. And they know I love them. I kept saying all this all the time. It is true. I love these 4 people. I had even a very special connection with 2 of them. Okay, a much closer and special connection to the 2 of them, really from the heart. Okay, but things were really out of hands. So what happened? When the time came for us to vote on these 2 people that were creating serious problems on the group, on the study group, these 4 administrators always voted in support of those 2 people that were disturbing the study group, because they were friends. So they had not the courage or whatever to just put an end to that abusive situation. And months went this way, and months went all the time like this. And things came to a point when I said enough, and I gave a final. I gave an ultimatum. Ultimatum. I don't know the word in English. Ultimatum. A final decision. And I told them to the team of the administrators. I told them, guys, if you are not taking care of this by this democratic rule that we have, I will personally take care of things. I cannot leave things this way. I give you a time to ponder. So I give you, I don't remember, I said until tomorrow I want an answer from you. If you are not agreeing with this, I will take things on my hands because I am the owner of the group. By the following day, nothing changed. Again, those two people in the membership were coming and insulting and being aggressive to everybody. And I say, okay, guys, enough. So at that point, I just took those four people out of the administration team. And all the time, Justin Michael and Esther Wood were all the time along with my viewpoint, the same viewpoint, and giving me support, and even asking me to take things on my hands because they were being insulted constantly by those two unruly members on the study group. So I decided I had to do something. It was really a big turmoil. These four people, these four administrators really got angry and disappointed. I understand it. But it was not a personal decision. It was for the sake of the group. And I own the group. I am the owner and co-founder of the group. So by the end of the day, if things are not as they should, I take the final decision. Okay? So this went along, and so these four administrators were out, and so we started bringing other people. And there was a period that some people came in, they spent a few months there, and then they went out on their own decision, with one exception. They just decided they couldn't be around with us in the administration team and so on. Well, things just went on. And a few years ago, finally we got to the team that we have now. I didn't know all of them, so in some of them I decided, no, okay, I think it's a good person to be part of our team, of our administration team. So okay, bring that person. I also adopted the democratic rule to decide on who should come to take part of the administration team. So when I didn't know some people, there were some people I didn't know, I trusted the others because they knew them. And I said, okay, you know them, you know him, I give my trust to you, that you are giving your trust to that people. And as time goes by, we take those people in. It was David Cantor, Bill Breaker, Bill Rokup. I didn't know those guys. And I said, okay, if you think they are good people for this task, okay, I trust your judgment. Okay, bring those people, and we will see as time goes by. We will see if we have to change anything. And all the time, they knew I am the owner of the group, because this is the nature of things. I ask, uh, but let me before going to that place of what is happening right now. So things went along, okay, and as time went by, there were some, and I stipulated we should uh, continue with the democratic way of deciding things. So things went along and went really fine. It is a great team, a beautiful team. They have been doing a tremendous job, everything perfect. All along the way, there were some situations by Esther Wood, David Cantor, even Antoinette as well. Uh, some situations, Tracy, Michelle, some situations that were not fully according to the group rules, but there was someone complaining, "Hey, you did like this. You shouldn't do like that." Okay, those things that anybody who has an administration team in a Facebook group knows that how things go. These things just happen. There are times when there are some conflicts, when we have to discuss things, when rules are not fully obeyed, and so we discuss things. So all throughout the years, those situations were happening now and then with these people or with this person or that person, but the administration team kept going, just kept going, even with people doing the same mistake more than once, twice, thrice. Okay, no big deal about it. So when we came, there was a situation a couple of weeks ago that I took a decision on my own. Okay, I disobeyed the rules, the administration rules. Yes, there was this person, I will not tell the name, this person that came to my private messenger and he insulted me. He was calling me a pedophile, that I looked like a pedophile. I looked at this and I don't know this person. I never saw this person. And I tried to understand. I went to his profile, trying to understand things. I could see there were some common friends and so on. I went to the group to see if he was a member of the group, and I saw he was a member of the group. Now, what happens? I don't have much tolerance to anything related to pedophilia. So sorry, when this matter comes, I'm overtaken by emotion. I really hate the thought of it. Whenever I see some news anywhere about some situation of pedophilia, I just look away. I don't want to dive in the details of the news and so on because it gets me right down to my gut. And all of a sudden, I have this guy that I don't know from anywhere coming and saying that I look like a pedophile. I exploded. Maybe it was not one of my best days, and I just exploded. I just blowed away. And I wanted to just ban that person. And we would see afterwards if he would come and say, "Oh, I'm sorry because I was drunk, I was drugged, or whatever. I am an unstable person or whatever." But if he would come later to me or to the team or anyone else saying, "Oh my God, I did this, I said this," to Carlos, and I'm so sorry. Okay, my man, bring it on. You are free to come over again. Okay, let's forget about it. But I didn't do that. I responded with my emotions. I don't regret it. I am. I have emotions. Okay? And this matter of pedophilia is abominable for me. I won't hide it. I even don't hide that if I sometime have a situation of, with my eyes, seeing someone abusing a child, I tell you, to protect the child, I can kill that person. That is the level of emotion I have on this matter. Okay? I don't hide it. So, the matter is that the administrators got really angry about I had taken this step of just banning that person from the group without consulting them, without without explaining what happened, without waiting for a vote on a democratic basis, and so on and so on, according to the group rules. And I said, no, I didn't wait for that because I have this emotional response. So if there is something that we can deal afterwards, we deal afterwards. Not, I didn't say this immediately, but in our discussions, in our later discussions, I brought this to them. If that guy has to, because one of the administrators said, this guy is my friend, he has problems. So he was drunk or drugged or whatever, and he said that to you, but he is my friend, and so on and so on. Okay, and I told him, okay, if your friend repents on what he said and what he did, okay, you can get back to the group. But by then, we were on these conflicts in the administration group, and all of a sudden, in my birthday, 28 January, my birthday, 59 years old, I got this beautiful wrapped up gift from the administration team. They banned me from the administration group. When I started to go there and see, well, what happened, they had banned me. They sent me a very well written message saying, so sorry, we love you, brother, but we decided that you cannot belong to the administration team. And I said, what? Really? I am the owner of the group. I am the owner and co-founder of the group. So I cannot belong to the group. You decided I cannot belong to the group. Nice. And I tried to reason with obvious arguments. They didn't listen to me. So now I'm bringing this putting it out in the open. Because finally, I was all the time praying to have the answer on this. And finally, I got the answer on this from God, from my thought adjuster, that I really am the owner of the group. Because they started arguing and saying, Carlos, you don't own the group. The group belongs to the administration, belongs to the community, as if the group was some kind of church or ruled by the community. The group is not ruled by the community. Along the years, several times, there came people saying, oh, this group shouldn't belong just to this administration team, that shouldn't belong to this few people deciding on everything concerning us and so on. This group should belong to the community and so on and so on. All on those all occasions, it was, guys, the battery is going down, so I will continue on another block, okay? See you back in a minute. Hi guys, for you it was just a break of a couple seconds, but for me it was a few hours, because I was recording in the morning, and I had to go back home to recharge the battery, and so I had lunch and so, and here I am back at this in the afternoon. Anyway, let me pick things where I was before. So they just put me outside the administration room. They took out the administrator status from me, and all of a sudden I became a regular member of the URANTIA group. I could do nothing about it. But there is a group, a private group we have to discuss things as administrators. So I was still in that group, talking to them, and they were telling me, Carlos, you are not fit to belong to the team of administrators. You were driven by ego. You were driven by emotions. You didn't obey our rules. So we think you are not fit to be an administrator. You are putting in check the way that the group has to go along and so on. And we cannot admit this. This was their argument. We cannot admit any possibility of you becoming a tyrant the way you behaved. You behaved like a tyrant. You are not willing to regret what you did, or to change this kind of attitude. So you became a risk for us, that at any point you can behave like a tyrant and mess all things up. So we cannot have you with us. This was absolutely surprising. First, because it was the second time in 10 years. I was a co-founder of the group. I was the one taking the group. I was the one establishing we should go along, work with the democratic rules and so on. In 10 years, twice I disobeyed the democratic rules in 10 years. The first one that I told you about, when I dismissed 4 people of the 7 people administration that time. And now this time, when I was insulted by this person, I really lose my temper and did what I did. So I had 2 situations of not obeying the democratic rules that I established to my group. I was not forced to establish democratic rules to the group. I was the one establishing them. I was one saying, this is the way we should operate. Okay, everybody thought it was great because they are administrators and they are not the owners of the group, so they found it really a good thing, and I think it is a good thing. It is desirable for us as a group to be ruled in a democratic way. The democratic doesn't extend to the membership. Okay, the members just have a space where they can interact, where they can talk about the things belonging to the 5th epochal revelation and so on. But this small room of 8-9 people that we had now, this small team was following the democratic rules. So yes, I behaved like a tyrant, uh, but twice in 10 years. Okay. So, as I told you before, there was several times three, four people in this same team of administrators that went out of the rules several times, and it was okay. There was a conflict in all those situations. There was some exchanges, there was some decisions, and say, please grab things, don't lose your way, don't disobey the rules, and okay. But now with the owner of the group, two times, and you're out. Amazing. Okay. So, and I started arguing. It was really this is the 8th day after they banned me from the administration team. Okay, it was, as I told you, it was in my birthday, the 28th January, and now we are on the 5th February 2021. It was really a process. In the first 2, 3, 4 days, I was really emotionally devastated because I felt it as a huge betrayal. I cannot hide it. I felt that I was stabbed in the back and they removed from my own place, my own home. I had invited these people to stay in my place, in my home, let us say like this, doing a service, a beautiful service. I have nothing to complain. They did and they do a tremendous job in administrating the group. So I invited these people, and these people spending time, years in my own place, in my own house, and all of a sudden they say, Carlos, we didn't like the way you behaved, so we are taking you out of your house. We are staying in your house, and you are out from now on. Guys, there are 2, 3 people that have other groups in this team of administrators. There are 2, 3, maybe more people who have their own things going on regarding Facebook groups and so on. For example, there is Wendy. Wendy works for the URANTIA Association International, the UAI. She works on their site, on their posting. She works that. She does that service for them. Tell me, at any time should Wendy go and say to the URANTIA Association International, people, I'm not glad about you. I felt what you did was really unpleasant. I didn't like it. I don't agree with it. And so from now on, I'm taking possession of your site, of your place, and I'm taking you out of your page. That cannot happen. Also, Bill Breaker, I don't know which groups he has. I know he has other groups because he mentioned those from times to times. I know he has groups on Facebook of his own. He is the founder, the administrator, and so on. I don't know if he has a team of administrators on those sites, those groups that belong to him, but I'm absolutely sure that at no time if he has those administrators in his own groups, I don't believe at any time that those administrators would come to him and say, Bill, we are really unpleased about what you did, what you think, what you said, or whatever, and now we are taking you out of your own group. I don't believe that could happen at all at any time. Also, Antoinette Roots, that's all. Sorry, Antoinette, I don't know to pronounce your name, your last name, your family name. Um, I know she has groups with her husband, Pato Banton. I am absolutely sure that at no time would it be possible for any administrators that they possibly have on their groups. I don't know if they have it, but if they have or if they might have, I I am absolutely sure never would those administrators say, okay, Pato, okay, Antoinette, so sorry, you are beautiful people, we love you, because that's what they told me, they love me. We love you, and but you are out of your own group. We don't accept your behavior, we didn't like this, we didn't like that, so we are taking you out of your own group. So I think it is enough. The examples I gave you, it's enough to really take an idea of what this is. Okay? So, anyway, I want to finish things by saying this video was not decided lightly. No way. This I think you can see by my expression, by my posture and so on. I think you can see I'm really emotionally balanced because I overcame that initial moment when I was really hurt about the situation. I was emotionally devastated, of course I was. But now I'm okay, thanks God, because in this, throughout these days, I've been praying to God. And since the very beginning, even in the heat of the moment, I told them, guys and girls, it's like this. I am the owner. That's my idea, that I am the owner. You can't do this that you are doing. In case, I was very clear about it. They can be witnesses for what I'm going to tell you. In case God decides that I should no longer be the owner of the group, I accept it, but it has to be God to be telling it to me. When I say God, I say the planetary supervisors, I say, our guardian angels, whatever, whoever it is. And I told them, I am absolutely sure if something has to be said on this from them, they will manage to tell me somehow. So I will rest on things. I'm praying. I'm telling you clearly, I am the owner of the group. I'm not giving up on the group, because if that were the case with their own groups, only an administrator could take Antoinette out of her group, Bill Bricker out of her group, David Cantor out of his projects, whatever, only if they themselves decided so. If Antoinette said, okay, my dear colleagues, I'm giving you the power to be owners as myself of this so-and-so group. Okay, that would be her decision, and okay, they would be owners with her of her own group. The same for Bill Bricker and whoever. This is not the case. Never I said, here you have, guys, this is yours as it is mine. I never said that. Never. All those years, 10 years of group functioning in with democratic rules chosen by me, decided by me, and agreed with all of them. We were discussing, we were building all this system together. We were building all this system because I said this is the way we should go. And we built up things together. There were bylaws and so, written and so. But I never said this is yours as it is mine. And I'm pretty sure, I guess the same with them. Antoinette never said, her fellow administrators in her own group, Bill Breaker, never said to his colleague administrators in other groups of his own that they were the owners as well. If they said so, they made a decision of delivering their own groups. I never delivered my group to anyone. This is not a church. This doesn't belong to the community. This is mine. Simple as that. This is serving the community. Yes, this is serving the community. This was all the way intended to serve the community. But it is not a democracy. In this small circle, we were acting on the basis of a democracy, but not being a real democracy. You want to call it tyranny? Do it. It's the same for any purpose, because that's the reality of things. Anyway, to put an end to all of this, I wanted to tell you that this wasn't taken lightly. I spent these days praying. From the moment they came to me since the beginning, saying, "You are driven by ego. You are a tyrant. We have to block you because of that." Three or four of them in the middle of these discussions, back and forth. Three or four of them told me, "Carlos, this is your responsibility. You brought this on you." And now I listened to that. I brought this on me. So all of that I put in front of God. Okay? They said, "You brought this on you." I asked God, "Father, did I brought this on me? It is you who are deciding to take this away from me. Because if it is you who are deciding to take this away from me, I will accept it. I accept you are taking this from me." I told them, the administrators, since the very beginning. If God comes and says, "This is how it is established from now on, you are out, Carlos, you are out." If God says, or the representatives of God, the planetary supervisors, our guardian angels, whomever, if they said, "Carlos, we are taking the group out of your hand and giving it to these people," I would accept it. So all these days I was with that on the back of my mind, more than the back of my mind, filling all my mind, all my questioning the Lord, praying for the Lord. Is it this? Is it this, Father, that is happening? Are you taking this and giving it to them? I was ready for anything. And today, finally, I wasn't pressing on the answer. I told them, even if it takes years to have the answer, I will be driven away by you. Even if it takes 10, 20 years or whatever, I will be driven out by you, because I can't do anything. It is the way Facebook works. I can't go back unless they allow me back, the administrators. So I have to rely totally on God and on my fellow brothers, these 7, 8 administrators. I have to rely on them and on God. So because God can say, as He already told me today, that I am the rightful owner of the URANTIA group. It was unequivocal. It was clear crystal. I am the owner of the URANTIA group on Facebook. But now, the human administrators can say, "Well, we don't believe, we don't care, we don't find it that way, so nothing will happen. You stay out." Yes, it can happen, but that's not my problem. I just wanted this to be clear to me. Should I turn the back, Lord, and give up on the group because now you gave it to them? Should I go away? Or should I claim that it is my group and declare it? And it was clear. Declare it. It is your group still. It was not decided otherwise from above. This, I want to make it clear right now. So, you take it as you wish. Do your own connection with God. Do your own prayers to God in search for an answer. Because it's impossible for me to tell you, to convince you of anything. There is no way for me to convince you of anything. You have to get the answer directly from God. You have to get the answer directly from your thought adjusters, from your guardian angels, from the midwayers, whoever. You find it. You find a way to know a concrete answer. I got it. I can be at peace now because I got the answer. So I'm giving you the answer, and now you do as you wish, because I can't force you to anything. So, my dear brothers, I really wish for you the best. This is from the heart. You are looking at my face. This is from the heart. I wish you the very best in every sense of your lives. I wish that God blesses you as much as He has blessed me. And also in this concrete matter, in this specific situation, I wish the Lord blesses you with an answer as He has blessed me. Because if God told me that, Carlos, forget it, this is not yours, I'm taking this from your hand, I would say, okay, Lord, I accept it. Bless me and support me and help me on my future path, and I accept it. The way I'm accepting that the Lord told me that this group is mine. So bless you, brothers. Be well. I really, really hope everything turns out fine for you. Bless you.